For 2 months now, the people who call Dolphins Resort on Matlacha have been hanging in limbo. Some have been asked to leave, their water has been shut off, and their sewage systems don't work.
Yet despite all of that, many of them still don't want to leave the place they call home. But tonight, NBC2's Gage Goulding found out now they might not have any choice.
The hope for people that live here was to rebuild, hoping that the owners of the Dolphins Resort would restore this piece of old Florida. Well, tonight we know it's fate. This community is shut down, condemned, and going back to the bank.
I'm happy we got answers. I'm happy with the answers received.
Giving those answers is Hugh Reed. He owns the Dolphins Resort on Matlacha. Reed didn't want to do an interview, but told me on the phone this morning that the resort is done.
It's an answer. So obviously now we have to think about, for real, moving on.
After Hurricane Ian, most of the several dozen residents moved out, fleeing the disaster zone that remains relatively untouched since. However, Rich Logan and Todd Victor, along with a handful of others, are sticking it out. They've battled no power for weeks, water and sewage being disconnected, and even eviction notices. A 2-month-long fight, only to be told there's nothing more to do but move out. The resort's owner saying it would take millions to build this place back.
Yes, there's work that needs to be done here, but it's not a shot property. It's a property that still could come back.
Reed bought Dolphins Resort for just over $1.5 million back in 2021. He tells me he's losing millions on the deal. It's why he's giving the resort back to the bank by no longer paying the mortgage. He says he lost 3 other properties to Ian as well.
In some ways, I don't blame him, but, you know, you have to understand there's residents and people that have been living there. I've been here for 10 years.
Todd now recognizes it's time to move on. But unlike his friend Rich, who lives in an apartment, Todd owns this trailer. But it's been here for decades. There's no moving it, meaning he's not only losing the land he rented, he's losing his home, too.
A lot of good members. So this has always been a family here.
It's exactly that reason why Todd, Rich, and the rest just simply aren't leaving.
A big pair of jaws of life to get me out of here.
Reporting local tonight on Matlacha, Gage Goulding, NBC2.